Frank, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing, mate?
Mate, you must be hot in that suit. We're here at the...
Hotter than the day I was born.
We've got the open workouts here for the media. We've got Hamza Shearer's just in the ring now. Daniel Dubois, both looking in great shape.
They do. They both. I mean, look, they've got big fights going into the Lion's Den. It's in Poland, but it's in an area where there are a lot of Ukrainian refugees. So I would think the crowd's going to be sort of 95% in their favour. So they've got it all to do.
We'll talk about Hamza first. Looks like a different man. He's got a new haircut. He's got the beard.
Yeah, I mean, he does, doesn't he? I didn't recognise him at first. I was going to say, you're not allowed in here, mate. But no, he does. But he's a great fighter. He's great. You know, I genuinely feel he can go on and become something extremely special in the boxing business.
There's another guy in your stable that's been mooted to fighting for some time.
Same thing, both of them. I mean, they've gone on a great path together, and they're both lovely fellas, and I genuinely believe that fight will be a huge fight when it happens.
Denzel Bentley we're talking about, of course. I couldn't really pick a winner between those two.
It's a tough fight for both of them. Yeah, it's a good fight.
Okay, moving on to the Daniel. If that's a big fight, then this is a massive fight.
It certainly is. There's no doubt about that. Daniel's 25 years of age. What's he now? Usyk, 35, 36. So this is a great opportunity for him. We know he can punch in both. He's got a big punch in both hands. He's got a good jab. He's got good footwork, speed. It's all going to be about temperament, and I believe he's got the temperament to win this fight.
It's not very often. In fact, I can't remember a time when he's been the actual underdog in a fight. It's going to help him. The pressure off a little bit.
I think the pressure is off, but you know what? It's not like he goes on social media or even give a toss. He just gets on with it.
It does seem, I've covered most of his fights, and he doesn't seem to be any more fazed by this than any other opponent.
Just a fight. It's just a fight. He's in a good place, and I was watching him in here today. Just look at his shape. He's in good shape. You can see that. You can see how there's a little bit of bounce in him, a bit of speed, and he's in a good frame of mind.
I mean, it's a big ask. We all know that. I mean, Usyk is a big favourite.
I think he wins it, Chris. I think he wins it. I said that from day one.
I know you did, and it's not just a soundbite for the cameras. You genuinely believe it.
Well, make the fight. Otherwise, I'd have held him up. But I think he can win it.
And what has he got to do to stop him? Because
he's got to control the fight early on. He can't do he can't do what Joshua did, which was show too much respect and was getting out jabbed and out boxed by a smaller guy. He's got to get on as soon as that bell goes. He's got to get in there and he's got to impose himself and use all his physical attributes against Usyk.
I mean, he's been in some big fights, Daniel, but I would say no one as clever as Usyk in the ring with that ring craft.
That's true. He's a smart guy. Listen, he's got impeccable record as a professional and amateur boxer. He's probably the most skillful. He is the most skillful fighter that Daniel's ever going to get in the ring with. But having said that, if he wants to win a world title, then you can't handpick who you're going to fight. Who's going to hold the belts. You can't do that. It is what it is. And if you want them, you've got to go and do it. And you've got to go and you've got to have belief that you can do it. And that is the most important thing. If you've got the belief, you've got the skills, you've got the ability, which he's got the belief to do it, then he can do it.
And is the power, is that what's going to tell in the end?
Power is, big men like him, if he can catch him, he'll gain his respect. That's if you don't knock him out with a big shot, but he'll gain his respect.
And is that what he's got to do, do you think, to beat Usyk?
He's got to gain his respect, and I think he'll have his respects anyway before the fight, but I think as soon as that bell goes, he has to impose himself.
And Heart of Hearts down the camera, you said it before and a few weeks ago, he's going to knock him the what's it out. Do you still believe that?
He's still going to knock him the what's it out.
That's brilliant. Just before we go, quick word on Tyson. I was at Spence Crawford the other day, lucky enough to be there, and everyone was saying, including Mike Tyson, what a throwback fight. And the next question was, why is it not happening with the heavyweights?
Well, we tried to make it happen. We signed up to do the fight in December with Skills Challenge. We accepted their offer. And then Usyk was injured. They want to put it back to the February, then April 29th. And then they said they couldn't put it on because there was no venue. They hadn't built a venue. Then it's about December. So we tried to make the fight in the UK. We made an offer which he accepted Usyk, and then he bowed out and pulled out of it because he was looking for a big payday in Saudi Arabia with Skills Challenge. So That's why it's not happening. And in the meantime, a fantastic offer for a unique event with the two best fighters in their respective disciplines in a fight. And it was decided that it could have been a cage fight or it could have been in a ring, and we decided that we'd do it in the ring, and that's where we are. And I look at it and I think to myself, can this fella outbox Tyson? Is it possible for him to outbox Tyson? I don't think there's anyone out there at the moment who can outbox Tyson. So you know what he can do, he can whack. He's a big puncher, he's got big power. So I think he's going to come and try and take Tyson out, so it's going to be exciting whilst it lasts.
And assuming Tyson comes through that, I guess what you want to see is Tyson for versus Daniel for all the belts.
It'd be great, wouldn't it? Try and do that next year.
Brilliant. Thanks, Frank.
Cheers.